One snowy morning, in a faraway castle, a princess was born. Because her skin was white as snow, they decided to call the baby princess Snow White. Soon after Snow White was born, the queen died. But the king was very lonely and he got married again. The new queen was very beautiful, but she was also selfish and quite spoiled.
Majesty, here is the Princess Snow White.
See to her. I detest children, and no one is allowed to enter my chamber.
The queen had a secret magical mirror.
Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of all?
The most beautiful in this land is you, Your Majesty.
The queen could not bear the possibility that she might not be the most beautiful in her kingdom. 10 years have passed since then. Snow White grew quickly and became a beautiful young lady.
How are all of you this morning?
Oh, there's Snow White. How beautiful.
Get out of my way! Move! Move! Ugh!
As was her custom, the queen spoke to her magic mirror.
Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of all?
The most beautiful one I view, Your Majesty, is you. But
But what?
in this land, Snow White is the most beautiful.
What? This is so unfair! Ugh! I cannot accept it. I absolutely will not accept that Snow White is more beautiful than I am.
So the queen began hating Snow White very much for being more beautiful than she was.
You sent for me, Your Majesty?
In the morning, you are to take Snow White into the forest and kill her with this arrow. Then, so I will know that Snow White has really been killed as I have just commanded, you must bring this arrow back to me with her blood on it as proof. And if you do not obey my orders, huntsman, you will not live long enough to regret your mistake.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Mother is? Really?
That's right. The Queen is waiting for you in the forest, so you can gather some flowers together, Princess Snow White.
Wonderful! Would you show me the way, huntsman?
Sure, follow me.
So the next morning, the huntsman took the Princess Snow White deep into the forest, just as the queen had commanded him to do.
Oh, I wonder where Mother is. Is it much farther now?
Yes, we still have a little way to go yet.
Well, then let's hurry along. We don't want to keep her waiting now, do we? Hello there. How are you? Hello, bird. Hello, squirrels. Hello, rabbit. It's so good to see you. It's such a wonderful day.
You must bring this arrow back to me with her blood on it as proof. And if you do not obey my orders, huntsman, you will not live long enough to regret your mistake.
Please, forgive me, Snow White. I can't.
What's the matter?
I just can't kill you, Snow White.
Did you say kill me?
The huntsman then told Snow White the whole story.
I see.
Please run away, Snow White, as fast as you possibly can. If the Queen finds you, she will surely have you killed.
I can't thank you enough for sparing my life, Mr. Huntsman. Goodbye now.
So Snow White ran deep into the forest.
Please take good care of yourself, my princess.
Did you kill Snow White?
Yes, Your Majesty. I killed Snow White with this arrow exactly as my queen commanded me to do.
The huntsman lied. He gave the queen an arrow with blood on it from some game that he had hunted.
Now I will never have to see Snow White's hateful face ever again.
Meanwhile, Snow White was all by herself. The deep, dark forest.
Oh, there's a house over there.
It really was a most adorable house.
Hello there, is anybody home? No answer. I guess they're out. Hello, is anybody home? Yoo-hoo! Oh, lunch is all ready. Oh no, it's a very bad thing to eat someone else's food without asking permission first. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A family of 7. I'll just eat a little bit from each plate. I'm sure they'll understand if I explain it to them later. Lunchtime!
So Snow White took a little food from each of the 7 plates. She was very hungry.
That was yummy! Huh? A ladder? There must be a second floor. Huh? Oh my goodness, what cute little beds! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 beds!
Chop, chop, chop all day long, woodcutters are we. Yah-ho, 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 yah-ho. Now it's time to eat our fill, so home we go. Yah-ho-ho, 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 yah-ho-ho-ho-ho. Hey! The front door is open.
Someone's eating the bread.
And the cheese.
And look at the rest.
Who in the world was it?
Who in the world ate our
food?
Someone's on the second floor.
Oh, how beautiful. She's sound asleep.
I think we should let her keep resting.
But she really is beautiful.